Felder. If you have been with us before, you know the deal. Winning doesn't guarantee a contract, but domination does.
All right, fight fans, here we are. If you didn't see on my post on YouTube or the post on the Facebook Fights with Friends Facebook group, this will be our last stream for a couple of weeks. So no UFC stream this Saturday, and unfortunately, we're also going to miss the pay-per-view with Max Holloway. I had planned this a long time ago. We bought tickets to go to Florida, go to Disney World. Shoot, how long ago was this now? This was a while back. It was almost a year ago. I had to think for a minute, but yeah, almost a year ago we bought these. If I would have known that I was going to get demonetized for 3 months right before, would I have still bought them? I don't know. It depends on how much the wife pushed me, I guess. But for me, that definitely would have factored into the decision. But we're gone. Like I said, we'll be gone for 2 weeks. Hope you guys are ready when I come back. Hope I don't lose you to some other YouTube channel. Now, I know a lot of you love this community, and we'll be back. What's up, Jim? Daniel Barry, Phil D. Roll, Drunken Charge. Hey. Cheers. What up, Phil? Hey, Robert, yo, Daniel Barry. Good to see you, Jim. And Jim, you might beat me at Verdict this year, since I didn't realize that it started. Like, I didn't get any notifications. I went on there and I was like, oh, they're going to start this at some big event, right? And they'll be advertising it and stuff. And then I go on the side and it's like, oh, well, hell, I've already missed like 3 or 4 weeks. So I'm going to play. I'm not going to back down. I'm going to play, and I'm going to come and try to catch back up. I want to challenge Robert, Drunken Charge, to do that, and I want to challenge Wyatt to do that. We're all starting at the same time. We can come back. And Billy. Actually, Billy's been on there. Billy's been making his team. It's me and Robert and Wyatt. We haven't got ours, and like I said, I just, for whatever reason, I hadn't checked it in a while, and I didn't freaking realize that it had started. If you see the odds on the screen for this week, they are tight. I mean, they are as tight as they've been every week, and they've even loosened up just a little bit. They were super tight in the opening. Like almost all these were close to even. The biggest favorite tonight, though, by far is a minus 180. The biggest dog is plus 150. That means every one of these matchups, according to the odds makers, is basically a coin flip. Now, I'm sure, of course, we'll get some surprises, as you always do. You'll have some guys that do better than what people thought. Some guys that, melt under the lights. There's always that, too. This isn't a big UFC event. I think it helps that it's in the apex for these guys, but it's still a lot of pressure. It's a ton of pressure because it's like Dana says, I hate to repeat it, but it's the ultimate job interview. Think about how nervous you've been in the past. I know I have been. When you go, you got a job. You want to get this job, and you got to go interview for this job. You fill out your application. Well, these guys' application is all their fights before this. This is, you got to knock out, choke out, disable a bunch of other people your age, your size, just to get here. Then not only do you have to win impressively. You have to basically gain, the love of the UFC's, of our organization's mob boss. Let's be real. The guys, he came from Boston. He's got the bald head. He's got sacks of money now. He's just kind of like a mob boss. This is kind of like, it's applying for a job at UFC, which is kind of like applying for, to Tony Soprano to be one of his guys on his crew. It's this is not something these guys take lightly. It's not an easy road, and you can impress and still not get a contract. What's up, Jim, with the super chat? Thank you, Jim. Says, let's start this off on the right foot for Mike. Thank you, Jim, with the $5 donation to get us going. Appreciate you, Jim. Let's make some room. Let's move this up. Let's make some room. I have faith that we're going to get some donations today. That we're going to get, we've already gotten a donation, Jim's, but I have faith we're going to fill that board up. Like we did Saturday. Saturday, I had to move the donation board up and move the time clock out just to make room for everybody's names. I love that. It'd be great to have that again. Yeah, Mike, I didn't play the last couple times. I thought it was over. I guess it's a new one. Let me go there now. I'm pretty sure this is a new season. Yeah, I wish they were a little more, a little better about communicating. Oh, the 5th season kicks off on October 5th at UFC 307. I missed that before. It's right under where the league thing starts. So I guess we only missed one event then, Jim. Yeah, Royval versus Tyara. Because I don't think these Dana White Contender Series, as fun as it is to, we missed that one, and we missed Bahia Roundtree. That was the start. So we missed 2. The Dana White Contender Series, I think they keep track of it for points. Like it's a competition, but it doesn't count towards your season. Well, shoot, I'm down 2 weeks already. Me and you both, Jim. A violent interview. Yes, Phil. A guy who was good enough to be invited to fight was too nervous to compete 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's and that's a real thing, and you're not going to hear me degrading this kind of guy either, because, anxiety is a real thing. Anxiety is a huge thing. It can up in your life in all kinds of ways, and then all of a sudden you get anxiety attack right before a fight. Like, I've had that. I've had anxiety attacks, so I know I've dealt with that, with anxiety in the past. And I'm sure some of you have, and hopefully haven't had anxiety attacks, but probably some of you in there have. Dude dropped out after getting hands wrapped. At that point, I would like to think that I would be more nervous to tell people that I didn't want to fight than to get in there, even if I got my ass kicked. But that's that fight or flight response. Some people are fight, some people are flight, and those people are not always one or the other either. All right, here comes Mohamed Otto. Down or not, I won't quit. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Hey, like I said, we're starting out from the same spot. So we'll see if we can come back. We can come back and be 1-2 in this thing. All right, let's look at some odds real quick. Like, I know these guys are ready to get into the cage here. Okay, so Otto plus 150, plus 140 now. You guys seen that? Just moved. Jonathon Micallef minus 180. Okay. Winning method. Oh, we still got winning method up on... No winning method up on the board for this one, though. Too late on this one since they're already getting into the cage. All right. Well, like I said, odds are very close. And Dana brings in finishers for these things because he's got to be impressed to give out a contract. Kind of anxiety can cause people to freeze up beyond their control. Yeah, absolutely. Jonathon Micallef, a year older at 25, an inch taller at 6 feet tall. He'll come in with a half-inch reach advantage. He is 6-1. And a minus 180 favorite coming into this contest. He also had one other fight. I can't remember the name of the guy, but I actually thought he lost. All right, Otto in the red, Micallef in the blue. Good push kick to the body from Otto, and Micallef catches the oblique kick. Pushing Mohamed Otto up against the fence now. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to figure out why I have just a little... This looks like a little wrinkle in the green screen. Oh, maybe that's just the light. Never mind, I guess we're good. All right, Micallef with the double underhooks at the moment, but he's being pushed up against the fence by Otto here. And look at Micallef reverses that. Was interesting, he flipped one of the underhooks to reverse that. He obviously prefers the over-under. Oh, he's grabbing onto clothes, too. I was already wondering if he might be a judo or jiu-jitsu guy. He just grabbed the shorts, and there's the Ogoshi. That answers it for me. Yeah, Micallef, I would bet dollars to donuts, has been in a few judo dojos. And he's on top and full mount now. And Otto just stands right up. Wow. That's unusual to stand just right up from mount there. So my guess is that Micallef didn't have very heavy hips on at the moment, and he was giving him a little bit of space, but maybe Mohamed Otto is just that good at getting up. All right, 10 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. And like I said earlier, don't forget this is the last stream for 2 weeks. I'll be gone in Florida. I just want to make sure that nobody's like looking and being, oh, where's Mike at? You didn't tell me. Oh, Otto's got this guillotine on. He's looking pretty serious about it. It's hard to tell from the camera angle if he's got it. No, and he doesn't. Whoa, what a reversal there by Micallef. And Micallef in mount once again. Now he's got the back with hooks in. And there's the reverse by Otto. And I think that's just a mistake of submission before position. He didn't have the hooks all the way in, moved his body weight, shifted it too far the other way, and Addo was able to reverse him. And Micallef's working on something down here. He's working on a choker. Oh, that's it. He got it.
Jonathon Micallef taking care of business in our first fight of the night.
It was hard to tell from the angle, but yeah, he got it. Oh, wow. Mohamed Addo was out. That's why we didn't see the tap.
Bar option there, but he didn't need to go there. He kept that triangle in tight.
Apparently, Herb Dean didn't see the tap either. That triangle put him under. Should enter a churro eating contest at Disney World and live stream it. Why churro eating? You think they have churro eating contests? Any fighter scheduled who deserves special attention tonight? I know there's a rematch. And like I said, all these guys are pretty much even on the odds, so I really don't think so. I think all of these matches are just very, very tight. We'll bring up the stats for the next match here, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 minutes, 1 second into round number 1, referee Herb Dean calls a stop to the fight. For the winner by submission via triangle choke, Jonathon Micallef.
All right, Jonathon Micallef. He was the underdog coming into this one. Remember, I said I thought Mohamed Addo actually should have 2 losses because I thought one of his other fights that he had lost as well. But he's got 2 losses now. I'm still out here using a 3-month-old hot dog as a webcam. Is it that bad? What's up, iRock? Oh, I got a 1080p webcam here. I guess I should see what it looks like on that side. I'm looking on my phone. I didn't think it looked that bad. Anyways, 2 undefeated fighters, Luis Gurule, Nick Piccininni. Let's start with Gurule, because Nick is the favorite in this. He might be that fighter to look out for. James, I don't know a ton about all these guys because they come from other organizations and stuff, but I've seen a few of their fights. Luis Gurule from Sheridan, Colorado, undefeated, 9-0, 6 wins coming by way of finish. Submitted his last opponent by triangle choke over there in Fury Fighting Championship. That's a good sign. He was in a 5-rounder all the way to the 4th round to submit his opponent. Had 2 amateur fights before that, so 11 fights altogether. Let's pull up his opponent, Nick Piccininni. 7-0, 5 wins by finish, all submission. 2-0 when it goes to the cards. Been on Dana White Contender Series once. Had a split decision victory over Jack Duffy. Had to earn his way back here. So, week 3 of this season. So, was also over there in Fury FC for quite a few fights. Was in XFL, Extreme Fight Night, for a few. No amateur fights for Piccininni. Just a lot of submissions. 27 years old, so he's 3 years younger. We're most looking forward to Disney World. Have you been before? I've never been to a major amusement park, ever. So I've been watching some videos. I kind of know what to expect, but they're doing the Halloween Horror Nights. I'm a big horror movie fan. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to the most. They're going to be doing a big thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They'll have Chucky there from Child's Play. Bunch of other stuff for that. And that will actually be over at Universal Studios across from, right across from Disney World. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff over Disney World too. A lot of rides and things. I just can't remember all the names of them. All right, there's our next contestants. My buddy I'm going with had just sent me a list, and I know some of them sounded pretty good. Pirates of the Caribbean, I watched some videos. That looks pretty cool. Tron Light Cycle Run. That's that one, and the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That's probably the two I'm looking forward to the most. Jessica Biel is the 2003, in the 2003 remake of Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, I actually never watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even after all these years that I was a big horror fan. I just assumed it was dumb because of the name, and it just seemed like, that's going to be really stupid. But it's a pretty good movie. And I imagine it'll be funner in that kind of, that kind of environment. I hope they have a House of 1,000 Corpses. I don't know if it's my favorite horror movie, but it's definitely one of them. And they could really do some cool stuff with that. The old Rob Zombie movie. Oh, that's not the right fight, though, guys. This is the ladies' fights first. I skipped over them. I promise I didn't skip over the ladies on purpose. Nobody go all SJW on me, please. I don't need to get a paper straw in my eye. All right, back to the ladies. Let's give the ladies their respect. Leslie Hernandez. 4-1, Dora the Destroyer. What kind of name is that for a fighter? Come on, Leslie. 4-1, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. 2-1 when it goes to decision. Fought all her fights in LFA. Went 3-0 in amateur before that. Respect. Had a first round knockout over there too. Not bad. Let's see her undefeated opponent. What is up with the nicknames, lady? Jesus, the Ninja Ferret? We had Dora the Destroyer versus the Ninja Ferret. Oh, if you pick nicknames that dumb, that's what's going up for your name. You don't have a name. 7-0, 6 wins coming by way of finish. 20 years old. What a cheesy name. That's kind of fun, I guess. So it's so cheesy, it's fun. Wow, she's finished her last 5, too. She's finished 6 out of 7, finished her last 5 in a row. Also had 5 amateur bouts, went 4-1 as an amateur. Had a 22nd knockout, had a second round knockout, got submitted once. And she learned, and it didn't happen to her as a professional. There's Leslie Hernandez coming down. How old was Leslie? Age not available. I'm sure it'll say on here. Yeah, I'll have to watch the 2003 remake now that I've seen the other one, Wyatt. Oh, and odds on these girls basically even too. Leslie Hernandez just the slightest of favorites at -125. Julieta Martinez plus 105 underdog. Leslie Hernandez 4-fight win streak. She's a national Mexican boxing champion and a Taekwondo black belt. So that probably has something to do with her coming in as the slight favorite. Rob Zombie's horror flicks are stupid, but the excessive gore and satirical humor is my kind of entertainment. Yeah, they're not going to be most people's probably favorite horror movies if you're like a hardcore horror guy. And I do like horror, like, probably piss a lot of people off, but I think most of the Friday the 13th are really stupid. Like the slashers, that's why I didn't watch Chainsaw Massacre at first, because I thought it might be stupid. But I liked Scream. Big fan of the Saw movies. Totally different kind of thing. I guess those are kind of slash, but I like that they're psychological. I like psychological stuff. Been to Disneyland when I was young. The shit blows my mind. Disneyland is 100 acres. Disney World is 25,000 acres. For reference, all of Seattle is 53,000 acres. It's the size of a big city. Yeah, I knew it was huge. So yeah, that's gonna be wild. Glad we're in the age of cell phones. Julieta Martinez 7-0, as you mentioned, 5-fight win streak. She's finished 6 of her 7 wins, 4 coming by way of knockout, 2 by submission. Let's do just a super quick poll here. See if the cameraman can do his job right. Thinking there's a couple cuties in there, huh, Jim? All right, Leslie Hernandez, 6 years older at 26. There's that age. 2 inches taller at 5'3". Hernandez will have a 2-inch reach advantage at 64 inches. I'm going to make my decision based almost completely on age and go with the aged fighter of 24. I think 20, you're still kind of maturing here. All right. Nothing's happened of major consequence, so if anybody wants to vote one more, we got a tie here, 50-50. Good little leg kick there from Hernandez to start things out. Otherwise, I'm going to be the tiebreaker. If you're watching Chainsaw, you're watching it for Beal, not for the plot. You won't be disappointed. All right, I'll watch it. Good 1-2 upstairs there from Hernandez. All right, and I will be the tiebreaker. I'll take Hernandez. Good little leg kick there from Hernandez. Body kick from Martinez. Hernandez catches it, throws it to the ground. And there's an exchange. Oh, Hernandez has got the tie clinch. Can't keep it, but lands a good straight right. Oh, big 1-2 down the middle for Hernandez. There's a straight right and left hook. And Martinez immediately takes her down. Power double leg. Martinez looking for the back right away, but Hernandez right up. Right up back on her feet. And like I said, 26 years old to 20. That's probably most of the reason I'm taking Hernandez. Besides that, it was kind of a coin flip. Oh, good left hand there from Hernandez. Good body kick from her. Let's see what the live odds think about this match going on right now. Hernandez up to a -270 favorite. That's kind of wild. Just off of that little bit. Oh, good body kick to the right side. Now the left side from Martinez. And Hernandez all the way up to a -345 now. This is weird. Oh, good. That low leg kick floored Hernandez for a moment. Maybe it's obvious to them, like, you know, Hernandez is a woman. She's 26 years old. Hernandez, she still looks like a girl. She could pass. If she was walking the halls of a high school, she would probably not get stopped. She would blend right in. Oh, and Martinez kicks her down. Not saying she can't win the fight. Oh, big right hand right on the jaw from Hernandez. That was a power shot. And Martinez bowls her way in, pushing Hernandez up against the fence here. And you never know, at 20 years old, some of these kids now, they could be very mature. Maybe they started training MMA when they were 8. Good knee there from Hernandez, trying to stop the takedown attempt from Martinez. And man, Hernandez has got some good hips. Oh, nice elbow there from Hernandez. Martinez continues to move forward, and Hernandez continues to counter her on the way in. Good low leg kick there from Martinez. Oh, nice right hand down the pipe. Oh, good right uppercut there from Hernandez. Yeah, Martinez is still at the age that if Wyatt told me he was taking her out to the movies, I know Wyatt's the young one here, I would ask her, I would tell him to make sure you check her ID before you get too busy. Like, she's that young looking. Oh, she's throwing a Street Fighter spin kick there. Oh, beautiful sweep there for Martinez, though. A little Uchigari on the way inside. Oh, these ladies' nicknames are way funner than their real names, though. We got to fix this. I mean, the Ninja Ferret and Dora the Destroyer. Oh, and Martinez on top in the guard of Hernandez now. And let's see what those odds makers think of that. Well, they got Hernandez even a bigger favorite now. Martinez on top. Hernandez -425. I might take Julieta Martinez here plus 300. She ends the round on top. You know how short of memories these judges have.
Down, sit down.
Let's go into the corner here.
Sit down. Calm down a little bit. Listen, relax your heart. Just focus on the breathing. Listen, we need to start checking those kicks, and we can continue with those takedowns. Okay, it's working. Okay. This is very good round.
Okay, and listen, let's move our feet first, and then throw your hands. If you're against the cage, I need you to put your ass to the middle and then throw. You gave a takedown up because you started throwing against the fence, you took us down. All right, I want your ass in the middle. Here you are. Settle down. That was a great round. Work about that.
Less than 2 weeks away from UFC 308 in Abu Dhabi. The main event is only one of the best fights the UFC could put together as Ilia Topuria takes.
Oh, man, I'm still upset I'm missing that one. Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm gonna have to pick me up a pirate stream and watch it that night or something. Try to watch it that night with my buddy if we get the time. And good knee to the body there from Dora the Destroyer, but the Ninja Ferret, she is all over Hernandez, working for that takedown. If you're watching Shane's, I'm not watching, but that first corner man sounds like me. Oh, good right hand there from Hernandez. No more Fight Pass, Wyatt. Or I'm hoping Dana White Contender Series, I'm assuming, is on Fight Pass. Good body kick there from Hernandez. Inside leg kick from Martinez. And yeah, I thought that first round was pretty close. Good 1-2 there from Hernandez. And, oh, beautiful elbow in the clinch from Hernandez. And there's a thunderous left hook, but the head kick lands for Martinez. Spinning heel kick to the face from the Ninja Ferret, Martinez, and she is on top. I don't know if you guys know, ferrets only eat meat. They are strictly carnivores. And I think the Ninja Ferret, she smells the meat right now. She smells the finish. She's got the hooks in. I'm in the woods, James style right now. Nice. Doing a little camping, Wyatt. Just out for a walk. I know you got some good woods to walk at around your house. I think you were saying before. Oh, Hernandez reverses, and now Martinez up, back to the center of the cage. This has definitely been an entertaining fight here. And I was ready to skip over these ladies. Good left hook there for Dora the Destroyer. And a right hand on the chin from Hernandez. Good right hand again from Hernandez. Body kick from Martinez. And Martinez shoots again. And beautiful sprawl there by Hernandez. But she gets at the back. And the Ninja Ferret. The Ninja Ferret's got the backpack. You don't want a Ninja Ferret on your back. I know Dora's always got her backpack, but a Ninja Ferret is a backpack. And she shakes her off. And odds pretty close to even. Again, the Ninja Ferret actually going to a minus 175. Hernandez or Dora the Destroyer at plus 135. Underdog now. So, like I said, I would have taken the Ninja Ferret at plus 300. I didn't think that those live odds were justified. Smells the meat. I think we all hope exactly that, King James. Tapioca is a monster, though. Oh, Tapioca dude's tough, but his attitude annoys me. Hope Max slaps him around for 4 rounds before gifting him a canvas nap. Yeah, me too, man. Good low leg kick there from Hernandez. I think us older guys, though, I don't think we give. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself. Good 1-2 there from Hernandez. I think the younger guys growing up that were like around our age, when they talk smack, we were all about it. Like, all these guys are awesome, you know, whether it was Colby Covington or, you know, Nate and Nick Diaz and all these younger guys. Oh, good left hook there from Hernandez right on the chin. And now I think we see the younger guys coming up, and we kind of look at them as like disrespectful punks. Like, you need to respect your elders kind of thing. I don't know. It makes me feel a little old. Good right hand there from Martinez as the second round ticks down here. I don't know. I like Max in that fight. I mean, I know it could go either way. I'm not betting on it, Wyatt. But you know, if somebody was like, hey, here's $500. Here's $500, but you have to bet it on this fight. I'd put it on Max.
Okay, just let your hands go and don't get away.
Yeah, Julieta Martinez really coming alive here in round 2, putting this nice flurry together.
Oh,
I mean,
that
this
spinning
kick,
heel
it's gotta be
kick.
the difference of 8 inches. That we would be looking at a very different fight here, but was able to really find her physicality and
that was beautiful. Oh, the flying knee gets through the guard of
from Martinez. I mean,
Dora the Destroyer, and the head kick there from the Ninja Ferret. Max is giving me years of worthy carnage for me to ever not support him. Oh, me too, James. Absolutely. Yeah, I love Max Holloway. And I love Justin Gaethje. Those are definitely two of my favorite guys to watch. So when those two had to fight each other, it was like, oh, man. Like, I like them both. I'll be happy for whoever wins. But, you know, again, not so happy. And good knee to the body there from Martinez, the Ninja Ferret. And there's another one. Good takedown defense from Dora the Destroyer. Dora was really gasping in between breaths, though. Good left hook and a right hand there from Hernandez. Sounded like she'd been chasing Diego up and down the mountains. Like Diego was like he'd been lost for days or something. Oh, good left hook right on the temple there for Hernandez. So be interesting to see. I know there's not as many finishes in women's fights. Be interesting to see what Dana needs to offer one of these a contract, these girls. They're straw weights, so not the deepest division. Oh, good body kick there from Hernandez, and the knee to the face, and now the body. I have a feeling I'm going to call, I know which way this is going, I think. It's going the way of Martinez, the Ninja Ferret, the one that I said was too young. And I think she's going to make a good addition to the UFC from what I see so far. And she pulls Hernandez to the ground in hooks. Yeah, she's got those hooks in. Oh, and on top now, but Hernandez going for a heel hook. She's got to be careful here. Oh, she was using that little that foot wrap that Martinez is wearing, trying to use that for grip to get that heel hook. Smart. Oh, and she pulls her down again with it. Martinez put her fingers inside the fence there, too. She's got to be careful. She didn't grab, so that's like really testing the rules. And now Martinez on top, the Ninja Ferret. Cheering for Max no matter what. I'm with you guys. I'm just saying Ilya is probably the most impressive young fighter on the roster right now. Incredibly well-rounded, an absolute destroyer. My prediction, there will be blood. I agree, Wyatt. And hopefully Max comes out on top. When I hear Ilya speak, the hair on my neck stands up. Grr. If I have to pick a side, I think youth prevails. You could be right, man. It's just like, I have a hard time ever picking against Max. But I'll be honest, I picked Max in every single one of his fights against Volkanovski. Every single one he lost. So I just thought he was going to beat him, and then I thought, oh, Max will come back and he'll get him in a rematch, and then Volkanovski, a lot better than I thought he was. Good elbow in the clinch there from Hernandez and the knee to the body. J-Dig with the super chat. Thank you, J-Dig. Getting us up to $6 on the night. Not much, man. Cheers, J-Dig. Oh, and Hernandez catches that spinning kick to the body from Martinez. I think the Ninja Ferret's got this one, though. Good little leg kick from Hernandez. Body kick and a left hand upstairs from Hernandez. The body kick from Martinez. Oh, there's a spinning kick to the body from Hernandez. Martinez ends it with an attempted spinning heel kick. And there's some cheers from the boss. My prediction is it'll go to the Ninja Ferret, and I think Dana gives her a contract. It was an exciting fight. It reminds me of the way Alex talked to Cerrone. Oh, everybody hated Alex after that. People still hate Alex for that.
Yeah, I mean, she really turned things around at the end of that first round. Because early on, Hernandez looked great, really good boxing, but then...
Yeah, I wonder if Martinez, being just 20 years old, I wonder if she came out a little flat in the first round, if that was nerves. And like I said, I don't know if I'm just getting... it's probably just because I'm getting older, but Martinez, she's 20. To me, she looks like she's 15. She's small. She's a small, young-looking girl.
Julieta Martinez, just 5'1". She's a small package, but an explosive.
Well, and the fact that she's so small, she's only 5'1", probably adds to that, I guess.
And one. Let's send it to Justin Bernard to make it official.
All right, official decision here. I think it should be Ninja Ferret.
The judges' scorecards for decision. Judge Bell scores about 29-28 Martinez. Judge Weeks scores
split.
about 29-28 Hernandez. And Judge Camijo scores about 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Julieta.
All right. I think that's the right decision. I disagree with the one judge that gave it to Hernandez. And, you know, I picked Hernandez to win this one. But Julieta Martinez, she proved me wrong. 20 years old was not too young. And for that, we get another loss, 65-45 on main card picks. Jim, I think Ilya is more of an act like Colby. He's always been incredibly respectful post-fight, kind of like Connor usually is. The big difference between Alex and Ilya is Ilya can back it up. Yeah, that's true. You're a younger guy, Wyatt. I know you've been watching MMA for a long time, but I wonder if you kind of have a different perspective on some of these younger guys talking trash. Because I was thinking about it and I was like, man, maybe I am judging some of these younger guys for doing the same thing as the younger guys that were coming up when I was younger. And I don't like them disrespecting my favorite fighters. All of them are dicks pre-fight. And, you know, some people, that's just their personality. That's how they get ready. I don't know how it would have been when I was older, but I'll tell you in competition and judo, yeah, I was a dick. But if you came and talked to me, I was going to be a dick. If you didn't, I treated you like a chair.
Performance, just 20 years old, and you came out here and looked so technical, so mature. How happy are you with this performance?
Julieta, felicidades. Qué bien fuiste, qué desempeño. Solo 20 años, pero tan madura si te veías, tan técnica la pelea. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Me siento muy bien, muy contenta que se haya logrado todo lo planeado. Estaba muy nerviosa, pero los pude llevar los nervios y estoy muy feliz gracias a mi equipo, a mi manager, a mi esquina, a todos los
I think she should be pretty happy with that performance. She had a tough lady in front of her.
Que la extraño, la amo un montón y muchas gracias.
Jam's
We're very
true
happy
Wyatt.
with the fact that we accomplished what we came here to do. I had some nerves in the start, but then you got over them, and we're able to do this, and we're able to get the win. And, you know, thanks to everybody. Thanks for my team. Thanks for my manager. Thanks for everybody on the BI in Mexico. Hey, and wait for me. Thanks to my family as well. I miss you a lot, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah, it looked like it took you maybe a minute to settle in, but as soon as you were able
That's what I felt like. Just a little bit of nerves. I'm 20 years old. Jeez. That's tough. Job is to make me like him or dislike him. That's how I felt, Jim. I know Wyatt knows this. Like, Wyatt's a big fan of Colby Covington. He knows I am not. You know, I'm not a big fan of him. Like, he's not one of my favorite fighters. But I appreciate that he works to make me dislike him. Like, he earned that, which means I care about watching him fight. Well, you know, maybe I'm watching him because I want to see him get beat. I have warmed up to him over the years. I used to really not like Colby Covington. He used to really get under my skin. Not as much anymore. I'm a little more almost of a fan now.
How important is that to you?
Champs, good shit talkers who build interest in fights only gain my respect. They prove worthy over time. Yep. But it's a delicate walk to attempt, and few have done it. I says I completely agree with your point. Difference with me is I've never liked the disrespectful guys. Didn't like Nate, Connor, Shinya Aoki, etc. But you like Colby Covington. That's what throws me off. You're a Colby Covington fan. He's like the most disrespectful fighter ever. And not ever, but he's up there, man.
Well, it was a tremendous performance. I hope.
What about Chael? Everybody likes Chael, though, right?
In the UFC. Enjoy your victory tonight. Guys, we'll send it back to you. Great win.
I think a lot of people hope we see the Ninja Ferret in the UFC. That third round was.
I like Connor until the thing he did in the boat. Oh, so you were with him till not long ago. Yeah, that was pretty disgusting. I really started turning away from him as a fan with the whole Dolly thing. There is Raul Rosas Jr., 10-1, young man in the crowd tonight. Came to us from Dana White Contender Series. All my favorites prove worthy over time to gain my loyalty. Yeah, that's that's the trouble I'm having is like finding my new guys. James and Yadier DelValle, 7-0 judo brown belt. Some guys coming up that I like. I like Peyton Talbot a lot. That came from this series. I like Chase Hooper. A big part of that is probably because he's from Washington here. He's from a few hours away from me. But I also like the kid. He's an entertaining fighter. You know, pretty humble, soft-spoken kid. I like Colby because he was the underdog fighting the juice heads. Oh, that makes sense. Became a fan when he revealed that he's forced to create a character in order to not get fired by the UFC despite being undefeated. Yeah, that made me feel differently about him, too. If that was his wife or not, it was a low thing to do to her. Never fell for the McTapper hype, even at his height of popularity. J-Dig says, you know, with the dolly thing, I could understand, because if somebody did that to my friend, I can't say I wouldn't have snapped and done something similar when I was young and dumb. Yeah, I did kind of think of that too, J-Dig. I know there was, yeah, young kids get really stupid sometimes about little slights. Also, because you can see who he truly is in interviews, pre-character, and some behind the scenes nowadays. All right, featherweights up next. Let's go over these guys real quickly because I'm sure they'll be coming right to the cage here. We'll go odds first. No, actually, that doesn't make sense. Let's go. Let's do what have you done for me lately, and then we'll see if we can make sense of the odds. Let's start out with Antonio Monteiro. He's got a lot of fights, 22 fights, 17-4-1. All right, 8 wins coming by way of finish, 5 of those by submission. He's 8-3 when it goes to the cards. Been finished once by submission. Has not lost since 2019, though. He's on a 6-fight winning streak. Most of his fights in Shudo, Brazil. Pretty much everything over there in, looks like everything in Brazil, actually. Centurion, that's a Brazilian. Rio MMA, that's Brazil. I don't know about these Animal Warrior Combat or Mr. Cage Championship. I never heard any of that bullshit, but looks like he's pretty much fought exclusively in Brazil. Lot of fights, though. Yadier DelValle. 7-0, 4 finishes, 2 by knockout, 2 by submission. Never been finished, 3-0 when it goes to a decision. Had the one amateur fight. So yeah, almost all in Fury FC, the one fight in Combate Global. Combate, I wish we heard more out of them, because they are also a very good organization. I think they're at least on the level of Fury FC. I know their CEO Campbell McLaren. I don't think he's exactly friendly towards the UFC, so that could be the reason. He was one of the co-founders of the UFC. Antonio Monteiro, slight favorite coming into this one, -148. The undefeated DelValle, +124 underdog. Let's look at some winning methods. DelValle to win by submission, +400. Decision, +250. See, all these odds are kind of out there. Monteiro by knockout, +650. By submission, +550. By decision, +165. What's our over-under? Let's go to our fight lines. Over-under 2.5. I don't know. The over's -188. The under is +145. These guys just, they're not big finishers, though. Like I said, Antonio Monteiro, he's finished about half of his fights. And then Yadier DelValle, about half his fights. So both these guys, they finished about half of their fights. Yeah, as a bettor, I would stay away from this one. Is Nick really supposed to fight Ferguson in a retirement fight? Nah, I think that's just wishful thinking. I've thrown that out there, but that's just my wishful thinking. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any validity to that. Have you seen it other places? All right, DelValle versus Monteiro. Remember, Monteiro is the ones at 17-4 with more experience, all in Brazil. DelValle is the undefeated fighter, 7-0. So vote accordingly. Just because you can. Oh, I've only cheered for Nate against Connor. Dude not only speaks like an uneducated fool, but he's never been a top guy in any division. Crazy, overrated. It's called a fan favorite. Don't shit on Nate Diaz. I just skipped that earlier. I've only cheered for Nate against Connor. Oh, yeah. Remember being in a room with 20 McTapper riders at church watch party for Diaz 1. Being the only guy rooting for Nate. Oh, that had to have been a real fun night. Hey, New Britain Polly, what's up, my man? Colby's cheesy, huh? See what I did there. All right, Monteiro, just a year older at 29 years old, despite all those fights. DelValle has a 2-inch height advantage at 5'9". Monteiro, 1-inch reach advantage, though. And we got any votes in? Yes, we have for Monteiro. That's the way I would have went, but I was already wrong today, so. All right, DelValle in the blue trunks, Monteiro in the red. Good inside leg kick there from Monteiro. And there's another one. I just feel like Judo Brazil, all these guys, and they come out of like these Brazilian leagues like, man, you're just coming out of a league of murderers. Good left hook there from Monteiro. Because you guys know how serious Brazil takes MMA. I mean, not that we don't. A couple of good inside leg kicks there from DelValle. I just think it's a different kind of intensity. Left hook upstairs from DelValle. Right hand down the pipe from Monteiro. And good exchange there. Oh, there's a big one too from DelValle. And a left uppercut. And I think he stunned Monteiro there. Monteiro, I guess is probably how you say that. Nick and McTapper seem to trigger loyalty or hate. Seldom indifference among fans. Oh, Nate was never champion material, but half my crew has similar attitude. Guess it's normal for me. Yeah, Nick versus Luque is the fight that's scheduled. I don't think that fight will happen. Seen something on YouTube a while back. I mean, yeah, to me, that's the fight that makes sense, but they like to feed. It doesn't make sense to have him fight Luque either, because Luque's on his way back out. It's like if you're going to just feed Nick Diaz to somebody, at least build a young lion. Oh, Frankie Chorizo says, if I was rich, it would be 200. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. A lot of clinching between these two. I know that's not what Dana wants to see right now with Merab Vishavili and Bilal Mohamed as champions. Oh, there's a good elbow to the chin from Valley. And the knee to the body. Left hook to the body. And there's a knee to the body from Monteiro. UFC needs to match these washed fighters if they insist on keeping them around. Yeah, that's what makes sense to me, man. Because I'll tell you, I have a feeling almost nobody wants to just see an old Nick Diaz get out there and get his ass kicked. I would think it's a very small percentage of the fan base. Check my last combat, Mike. Oh, interested to see if you agree or if it triggers you, since you have Nate Diaz top 15 all time. Oh, Nate is like a Connor wannabe. Wishes he could beat the best guys on the biggest stages, but he was never able to. If he didn't beat Connor, he'd never be as big a star as Nick. Probably. Yeah, that fight definitely put him over. No, I agree. He probably wouldn't have been as big as Nick. And DelValle working on a guillotine here. I think Monteiro is about out here, though. No, I'm not triggered by that. Maybe I'll redo that list sometime. Because, yeah, you know, the further it goes by, it's like, yeah, the Nate pick, I guess, doesn't really stand up. As far as overall MMA, I'll still stand by Nick. But, yeah, as a all-time UFC great, Nick didn't have most of his fights in the UFC. Oh, DelValle, that's a pretty deep guillotine. He's got hooks and all his weight on. He's got 5 seconds.
I think he's going to survive.
And he survives to the second round. That was pretty tight, though. They waited a long time between DS fights because the last time he threw in the towel early. So they want it to not be fresh in people's minds so they can sell more pay-per-view, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. Part of it is just Nick doesn't want to fight. That's the main reason that I don't want to see Nick fight, is because Nick doesn't want to fight. He'll be the first one to tell you, I don't want to fight. But he's got debtors, apparently. I don't know exactly what he owes money on. I don't know if he got into gambling problems or just ran out of money and borrowed, you know, for cost of living and, you know, a little bit of partying or whatever. For whatever reason, it does seem like he needs some money. Nick had more potential, but 5-year theft of his prime was treasonous. Yes. Totally agree. Yeah, and Nick Diaz should not be on a pay-per-view at this point. He's 40 years old. I mean, I don't know when the last time is that he won a fight. But, yeah, he's still Nick Diaz, and some people still pay to watch him fight. Top 5 UFC heavyweights: Velasquez, Ngannou, Verdum, Couture, DC. You don't even put Stipe in the top 5? Although there's a good argument for every one of these guys to be above Stipe. So, yeah, I don't have a big problem with that. Oh, good combination there from Monteiro. There's a right hand right on the chin from Monteiro. A lot of old heads will watch Nick for loyalty alone. Stipe is a little overrated. I agree he's a little bit. I mean, he did win 2 out of 3 against DC, though. Oh, beautiful left hook there from Monteiro. And I don't think you could say that DC was washed because I think they were similar age, weren't they? Oh, what a combination by DelValle, and Monteiro's hurt. He is rocked. And DelValle, as soon as Monteiro starts guarding upstairs, goes downstairs with the double left hook. Oh, there's a good uppercut hook combo from Monteiro, but he's still stunned. He needs to be holding on. Oh, that was a brutal knee to the body. And now more. He might finish him here. DelValle really punishing Monteiro in the corner. Those are big elbows. He's about 10th for me. Oh, beautiful knee to the body there from DelValle and a couple big left hooks. Oh, he's gonna finish him with those body shots, I think. Monteiro is ready to go. Big hooks and elbows. There's another left hook. Herb could really stop this fight at any time, in my opinion. Monteiro's hurt badly. now there's 2 more big elbows and knees, and if Herb doesn't stop this in the next 15 seconds, there's going to be a lot of pissed off bettors because the under was plus 145. Nice 1-2 for Monteiro. 2-1. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's over under 2.5. It's only 1.5 rounds through. So my bad. And now DelValle shoots for the takedown. Steve Bo's competitive events, the best of competition available. Oh, DC was 43. Was he 43? Okay, so I guess he was older. Just came off back surgery, and since admitted he should have retired post-surgery because he wasn't the same. Steve had a legendary run. He beat like 6 or 7 former champions in a row, finished most of them. I'm going to check. But I've never thought Stipe was worthy of top 5 big boys. Oh, I completely respect that argument. I'm not trying, and as you guys know, Stipe's my, he's been my favorite active fighter, if you still want to consider him active. But yeah, I can totally see how you could not have him in the top 5. I don't think he's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Now, if he goes in there at however old he is now, 42, 43, and goes in there and wipes out John Jones, dominates him or finishes him, then we can talk. Good left hook there from DelValle. Oh, Monteiro coming back now, though. 1-2 and an uppercut. Did DelValle burn himself out? Oh, no, he didn't. Big 1-2 there from DelValle, and Monteiro's in trouble again. There's a left hand, a big right hook. Knee to the body and uppercuts. Yeah, Monteiro's got to defend himself. I'm a bit surprised that Herb hasn't stopped this fight a couple of times. Because Monteiro just looked like a walking punching bag a few times. Gonna show just how trash Stipe is. Oh, come on, Wyatt. 9 fights, 8 wins, 6 finishes on that run. Stipe just wasn't the type to cause fans to dislike him. That's for sure. After I try to rile up Mike, and all I do is get a reaction from everyone in chat. Trolling for the record, he's easily top 5 heavyweights for me. Yeah, you got me right there at the end, Wyatt. When you said Stipe was trash, I was like, well, really? Good job, you got me.
Absolutely teeing off on Monteiro against the fence here. Elbows, left hook, knees, more elbows. I don't know how many strikes he landed.
But who do you take out of that top 5? That's a pretty good top 5 you got there, if I'm being honest. Doubt Mike's going to trigger over someone's opinion. 7 of them world champions. Even Hunt was K1 champ, I think. All right, final round here. I don't think Dayton's given either one of these guys a contract unless they have a big finish here in the 3rd. And I think it's probably only DelValle. Good inside leg kick from Monteiro. Oh, beautiful left hook and a right hand from Antonio Monteiro. And they are going back and forth now. Oh, big right hook from DelValle and an inside leg kick. Stipe beat Verdum too, so it's very fitting for him to take that top 5 spot. Take out Verdum if you're talking UFC career alone. Yeah, UFC career, Verdum overall, man, you can make a case for Verdum being one of the very best of all time. If you count his whole career. Good inside leg kick there from DelValle. Take a seriously outlandish opinion. Oh, head kick there from Monteiro. This fight has really heated up. DelValle coming in with the body lock. No, don't body lock. Keep brawling. Keep brawling. That's what we want to see. And Monteiro breaks free. Good straight right there from DelValle. And a right hook, and here comes Monteiro. Oh, nice uppercut to the body and a left hook upstairs from Antonio Monteiro. And there's a left hook from Monteiro. Good left hand there from DelValle downstairs and a left hook upstairs. Monteiro, the way he throws shots, though, I wonder if even the punch counters, the strike counters, catch him all. Because his shots that he lands aren't always completely obvious. And DelValle's are. Oh, good hook there from Monteiro. But DelValle going back to the body again with a left hook. There's a knee to the body and an uppercut. So the real over-under seconds away. 2-1. So if you bet the under, yeah, you just lost. If you bet the over 2.5, of course, you just cashed. Oh, and Monteiro's got a guillotine. This is close.
He lost the grip there for a second. It looks like he's got room to breathe.
The guard is closed, but if he readjusts his guard,
It's hard to tell from the angle here. I think DelValle is out. Yeah, and he's completely out now. Stipe, Jones, Anderson Silva, the most legendary UFC runs. I agree. Oh, DelValle trying to be undeniable with the ground and pound flurries here. And once again, I mean, Herb Dean really could have stopped this fight again. Good elbow to the body there from DelValle. Oh, man, he is landing bad elbows to the body. Monteiro is bleeding badly from above that right eye, too. And he just looked to his corner. I think Monteiro wants out. And that is saying a lot about DelValle. Gonna throw DJ and Tony in there, Frankie, and I'm not a Tony guy. I was saying Stipe's career is trash. Is definitely outlandish. Best time in MMA was during the time Anderson Silva was champion. That is my favorite time. That is by far my favorite time. Still dedicated to Tony, even since it's become a joke to others. I respect that, James. I see his quote from yesterday. I'm too old to retire. That was great. Oh, nice 1-2 there from Monteiro. Monteiro covered in blood. He is a warrior. Continues to move forward. Oh, shots to the body. And here comes DelValle. Oh, DelValle's mouthpiece got knocked out. Monteiro bleeding badly. There's a good right hook from DelValle. 10 seconds left. And they are both fighting to the bell. Good effort from both guys, and that's a standing O from the boss. So even without the finish, he may hand out a contract here. I'm assuming Yadier DelValle will get this one. DJ was talking Tony and said, "I can't retire. I'm too old to retire." Yeah, that was the most Tony quote ever. Newer fans weren't around when Tony was butchering opponents. Oh yeah, Tony was a man. Yeah, he was such a killer there for years. I really don't think he ever recovered completely from that injury when he tripped before the Khabib fight, before he was supposed to fight Khabib, and he had that big tear from the wire. He was never the same after that. Greatest heavyweight in MMA history is without question Mr. Emelianenko. Arguments for Velasquez, Stipe, etc. are irrelevant to me. Emelianenko was very good. Pride was effing epic during the time Sock and Nogueira were in their prime. Pride was the best in my opinion. Tony quotes were always strangely quirky.
America. Let's send it to Justin Bernard.
Another feather in Fedor's cap. Well, let's listen to the decision.
The judges scored the contest 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 for the winner.
All DelValle, yeah.
Decision, Yadier DelValle.
I think he probably does get a contract just because of the way both these guys pushed.
So Yadier DelValle moves to 8.
Pride was the height of MMA. Yep.
That wasn't the toughest fight of his life.
Why, yeah, but Fedor was beating some lower level guys. He beat a lot of top guys, though. I mean, Kevin Randleman was a monster back in the day. Trying to think, the Nogueira brothers. I mean, and he was dominant. Think about this. Fedor might have been the only one of those guys that was not on juice. Like all those guys back there in Pride, I mean, they didn't test. And most of you probably know by now, because it's been repeated. It's been repeated on this channel, that these guys signed something that said, we will not test. Also love the hold on, I'm talking, brother. Oh, I had Dana White privilege. King James. Yeah, that was a good one. When he said Dana White. Even Dana had to respect that. Dana's like, yeah, it's pretty good, man. Prime Arlovsky, Prime Big Nog, Crow Cop, Tim Sylvia, Giant Mofos. List goes on forever. Oh, yeah, he was knocking everybody out. Like I said, in Pride, it was likely that pretty much everyone he was fighting was roided up. And I'm not sure Fedor was, because he definitely never looked like he was on anything. I don't blame anybody in Pride for being on it, because if you weren't on PEDs, you were at a significant disadvantage, since it was basically encouraged. But I would say I think there's a good chance that that he was not.
La gracia a Jesucristo, porque yo puse toda mi confianza en Él y le prometí que esta victoria era de Él. Segundo, mi respeto.
All right, and we were wrong on another one on that one. I was wrong on another one. It's a tough night for bettors.
Él no se rindió, es un guerrero. Quiero agradecerle a mi coach, Bob, porque ha puesto mucho esfuerzo y dedicación en mí. Y creyó en mí para poder llegar hasta aquí. A mi buen amigo Jordan por acompañarme. Quiero darle gracias al increíble esposo.
All right, we did these guys earlier, but we'll go back there because I skipped ahead in fights. I was off on the order. So let's go first. Luis Gurule Grimm, 9-0. As you mentioned, 6 finishes. 5 of them by knockout. 3-0 when it goes to decision. 2 amateur fights, both first round knockouts. Man, started his career on a tear with 5 straight knockouts. Then 3 straight decisions, though. Submitted his last opponent over there at Fury FC Championship. So, but he's been in some reputable leagues here. LFA and Fury FC. Those are both, both just a notch below the UFC. Definitely UFC feeder leagues. Nick Piccininni, as I mentioned, 7-0, 5 submissions, 2-0 when it goes to decision. No amateur fights and just 7 fights, but yeah, look at this. 2 submissions to start his career, went to decision, got 3 more decisions, or 3 more submissions, excuse me. Then his 1 shot at Dana White Contender Series, won a split decision against Jack Duffy. So we'll see if he can get the nod this time. Let's go to the odds here. Piccininni becoming more and more of a favorite. He was minus 166 when we went back earlier. It's minus 185 now. Let's look at winning method. Piccininni by submission, plus 550. Jarrell to win by knockout, plus 320. Piccininni's got a lot of submissions. And I feel like he knows he's going to be highlighted here. I mean, for him to win by decision is plus 150. For Gurule to win by decision is plus 275. I feel like there's some value at plus 550. See, he's fought in Fury FC too. Fury FC, XFL, whatever that is. But I don't know if I gotta make any high stakes bet, like like big odds bet. I like Piccininni by submission plus 550. I don't know if it'll happen, but I like it at 550. We'll put the poll up here. 10 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. And as I mentioned earlier, for anybody that didn't hear it earlier, there will be no Fights for Friends live stream the next 2 Saturdays. I'll be in Florida for those 2 weeks. So when you don't see me next week, and unfortunately you don't see me for Max versus Ilya, it's because I'm out of state. I'm on the other side of the country. Fedor also a 185er with some pudge. Yeah, true. Got to be uncomfortable to be stuck somewhere and forced to interact with Tony for a couple hours. Fedor just didn't have the genetics. All the training he did would make almost all guys look in top shape. I agree, Frankie. Half of anything Tony says lacks logic. I think he knows it too, though, James. When I trained 30 minutes 3 times a week, I looked a lot better than Fedor. Oh, that's great. Stipe, longest winning streak, 6. Fedor, longest winning streak, 29. Man had the OG dad bod. Yeah, and then DC had it. DC had a similar body to Fedor. I know he had a few extra pounds afterwards, but when he really had a few extra pounds, it was like you said, Wyatt, after that back surgery. I do worry a little bit about DC packing on weight. I don't want to get the guy to have a heart attack or something. I hope he doesn't pack on too much weight. He's not the tallest guy. He's like, what, 5'9"? 5'9", and probably a few times I've seen him, he looked like he was probably pushing 330. DC and Fedor, black and white Jesus of MMA. I like it. Oh, that's funny. Fedor was always undersized and pudgy, absolutely. Yeah, he didn't need it. All skill. Oh, man, he had power, too. Man, did that guy have power. Go back and watch his fight against Brett Rogers in Strikeforce. Some of those other ones. He had a great run in Strikeforce. Affliction, even though there's only a few fights there. Man, he had some real impressive knockouts there, too. And I think he would have gone to the UFC if it wasn't for his promotional deal with M1 Global. M1 Global, of course, they wanted like half of everything that Fedor was involved in. And you know Dana was not playing that game at all. For those that didn't notice, I had Fedor's former manager, the M1 Global guy that I believe wrote that contract, Monty Cox, on here. He didn't really give me a whole lot on that as far as, you know, Fedor not getting to the UFC and stuff. I kind of felt like he was slipping, and maybe I could have pressed him a little more. I think UFC cornered the market with heavyweight dad bods. Yes, sir. Funniest thing about DC is he would almost die making 205. Meanwhile, he had a belly, cut the fat, don't die genus. He's even admitted he could never follow a nutrition program. I think some people are just addicted to food, man. Oh, and there is DC.
But it's very controversial. We are talking about a high-level wrestler that promises me that he's worked on the strike and prepared to finish the fight tonight. This guy's a big...
Let's see, Cormier looks like maybe he's dropped some weight here.
One of the best lightweights Oklahoma State has ever seen tonight.
He doesn't look 330. I said maybe he never was 330. I might have been exaggerating there, but... All right, Nick Piccininni, 7-0, 3-time All-American wrestler, 4-time Big 12 champ at Oklahoma State University. That is a very reputable wrestling college. And 67% of votes in so far for Piccininni, 33% for Jarrell. If you haven't voted yet, it's at the top of the chat. Make sure and vote. I think DC's belly was muscle. Oh, that's good. Some folks are genetically stuck with certain shapes, no matter how much they work out. Yeah, I feel like that would be just horrible. Like, you're working out with all these guys in the gym, especially if you were eating similarly and doing all the same workouts, and they all look like freaking Adonises, and you look like you don't work out at all. You look like the most workout you get is pushing yourself away from the buffet line. That would be horrible. All right, I'm going to refill my water real quick before these guys jump in here. I'll be right back. Oh, and that was very quick. 4.5 minutes left in the first, and Piccininni's already got the back here. Let's end our poll here, and oh, big right hand there from Piccininni. We'll start the fight clock back at 4 minutes here. Piccininni might finish it before then. There's 3 big left hooks in a row. This channel should be a lot bigger. Maybe the algorithm is effing Mike over. I don't know, man. Oh, good push kick to the body from Piccininni. Floors Gurule, and Piccininni jumps on him. The odds must have went way in Piccininni's favor there. Yes, he's a minus 620 already. He was a minus 180 when the fight started. Luis Gurule, a plus 400 now. Good low leg kick there from Gurule. Piccininni off to a great start here, though, in the first couple minutes. Chris Barnett, Huggy Bear, scheduled to fight on UFC card soon. Could be on 308. Oh, yeah, I think I seen that. That he's coming up soon. I don't remember exactly where it is. Yeah, I've felt the algorithm effing me over a few times, but sometimes I feel like YouTube just wants this channel to die. But we're still going. Oh, good left hand right on the temple there from Piccininni. And the push kick to the body. Oh, big combination from Gurule. That was a huge right hook. And odds coming back to even at plus 120. So I think a thing to do in some of these Dana White contender fights is like, hey, if you to jump on Gurule when he was plus 400, like, bit of an overreaction. Good push kick to the body from Gurule. It's like wait till a guy that was even odds gets to be close to even odds, gets to be a huge underdog for a minute and take a chance. Good left hook to the body from Gurule. And there's a nice right uppercut from Piccininni. Who doesn't like to watch Chris Barnett fight, though? That guy's fun. Good jab and right hook there from Gurule. Oh, Gurule with a big combination. Left hook, right hand. 120 left here in the first. Straight right lands for Piccininni. Oh, good left hook for Nick. Good low leg kick there from Piccininni. Body kick from Piccininni and good exchange of hands. Both guys landed big shots upstairs. Left hook to the body, right hand upstairs from Gurule. Oh, beautiful left hook and a straight right from Gurule. He goes for the throw, but he gives up his back. Piccininni jumps on him. Belly to back suplex. Oh, Gurule flipped him off easily, though. Good right hand. I like that. He threw the right hook and then went back with the back fist. Good combination upstairs again there from Gurule, and Piccininni lands a double uppercut. Oh, these guys are going at it. Beautiful left uppercut from Gurule. And there's a straight left from Gurule, who you see is outlanded Piccininni about 2-1. Significant strikes. That was a big right hook from Gurule. Now let's go to the odds. Oh, man. See, Luis Gurule, a minus 154 favorite. He was a plus 400 underdog a minute and a half. He's a minus 180 now. He was a plus 400 underdog a minute and a half into this round. Live odds are crazy. I think you just got to be patient to look for like those times. Like I said, like that plus 400 on Gurule. Look for those times where it seems like, that something doesn't make sense. Like a lot of times you have a hard time seeing if a submission is really tight or not. And so does Vegas. Wow, Gurule going up to a minus 270 in between rounds. Piccininni now a plus 200. That is interesting. So if someone was looking to hedge bets, you could have put 100 on Gurule at plus 400, put 100 on Piccininni now at plus 200. Oh, Gurule coming out on the attack, though. That was a big right hook. And Piccininni might have been hurt early there. Oh, 3-punch combination for Gurule. There's a left uppercut and a head kick. Piccininni catches that one. He's going to roll it to the ground. Gurule looks very comfortable here, too, though. Beautiful transition from Gurule. And Piccininni reverses it and ends up on top. Back and forth battle for position here on the ground. Oh, and Gurule lands a couple hooks on the way up. Piccininni pushing for the takedown once again. Shortest, most dad bod heavyweight in UFC who is freaky athletic. What about Chris Benoit? Oh, jeez. Uppercuts to the body from Gurule. And Piccininni slamming Gurule to the canvas. Yeah, this fight's been all over the place. This is one of those few fights, though, like I mentioned, you could have hedged your bet. Nick Piccininni, now a plus 250 underdog. And as I mentioned, Gurule was a plus 400 underdog a minute and a half into round one. So anytime you can place your bets to where you win money on either side, like that's rare. You got to be patient. Oh, good straight right and a left hook there from Gurule. I'll admit I have not done a lot of that. I've not done a lot of hedging my bets. Oh, beautiful kick to the body to 1-2 from Gurule. And now the left uppercut, right hook. Piccininni is taking a lot of punishment. Oh, there's a head kick from Gurule. And there's another one, too, from Gurule and 2 left hooks. And Piccininni trying as hard as he can to take Gurule down. But Gurule's got great takedown defense here. And there is a combination of uppercuts from Piccininni and 2 knees. Piccininni saying, I am still in this fight. Good left hand there from Piccininni. And Gurule at minus 720. See, Piccininni's a plus 450 now. A good combination of uppercuts there from Piccininni. I do think Gurule is winning this fight now. I would have loved to have had him at plus 400. There's a takedown for Piccininni, though. And he's hammering Gurule. Gurule's got to defend himself here. And as Gurule gets up, Piccininni looking for the backpack. Remember, Piccininni, 5 of his 7 wins coming by way of submission. Gymnastic backflips, somersaults across the octagon, and effective head kicks. Ray Rice, Chris Benoit, those are some crazy athletic, incredibly short heavyweights. Oh, Jesus. And Piccininni with the takedown there. 1:10 left here in the second. Let's see if he can do some damage. Combinations to the body. That's 6 takedowns for Piccininni. Oh, beautiful use of the cage there from Gurule. He jumped up and kicked off it, almost like a Showtime kick, but he did it to try to avoid the takedown. Unfortunately, he didn't avoid the takedown. 40 seconds left here in the second. Still down on one knee. And Piccininni picking Gurule up again for a moment. Good shot there for Gurule. This fight could be one apiece right now. And the odds are way out there. Oh, big right hook there from Piccininni. There's the right hand from Gurule and the push kick to the body. Oh, what a shot from Gurule. Big overhand right. Now, I have Gurule up 20-18, but it could easily be one apiece. I'm a little late. Who is winning? I would say Luis Gurule is. How's it going, Better 101? Thanks for coming in. Is Ray Rice in jail? I genuinely don't know. I have no idea.
Look at me.
Look it up.
Look at me. You're starting to break him, you understand? Breathe and relax. Breathe and relax. Give me 3 deep breaths. 2, 1. Listen. Take him fucking down, stabilize position, and go.
Piccininni's corner. Take him fucking down, stabilize position.
A lot of great control time.
Better 101. Chris Benoit is whooping that ass right now. Comeback seems unlikely. All right, Luis Gurule up to a minus 620. Piccininni plus 400 underdog. Haven't been any WTF, OMG moments yet in these fights. No, but they've all been good fights. Yeah, you're right about that, though. Good right hook there from Gurule. And a left hook to the body from Gurule. Straight left upstairs from Piccininni. Gurule attacking that front leg of Piccininni. I mean, he might as well attack the legs now. It's the only thing he really hasn't attacked with the striking. I'm honestly surprised Piccininni's still in there with the damage he's taken. Good straight left there from Piccininni, trying to play it safe, trying to back up and jab. And then he wants to shoot for the takedown. Good straight right for Gurule. It's not going to get you a contract tonight, though. Good one, too, from Gurule. Nice little short elbow from Piccininni in the clinch. Low leg kick from Gurule and a nice elbow. As many split decisions as there are in these contests lately, you could possibly make a lot of money betting somebody by split decision. A couple of good knees to the body there from Piccininni and a left hook to the body. Piccininni shoots, can't get it. Gurule lands a nice upwards elbow. Rice never went to prison. Dude must have had those Vince McMahon lawyers. Absolutely effed, right? A couple of good right hooks there from Piccininni. And I don't know, Gurule must be getting tired. Doesn't look like he's sucking wind, but he has really slowed down his production. Piccininni with the kicks to the body and the leg there. And there's a straight right and left hook from him. Good left hand from Gurule. And these odds tightening up once again. Gurule minus 270 favorite. Piccininni plus 200. You could have got both these guys at plus 400 at one moment or another, and the odds are almost back to even. They are tighter than when the fight started. And Piccininni with another takedown here. Oh, and he is on top of Gurule. He could get the finish here. Did Gurule punch himself out? Piccininni going off with the ground and pound here. He's got hooks in. Gurule could be in trouble here. There's a combination of a hammer fist to the ears here. Gurule trying to block these shots. So you mentioned Piccininni, 5 submissions and his 7 wins. Yeah, I don't think these guys would get away with that today, Wyatt. Although I don't think Ray Rice was all that long ago that happened. So I guess some of them are still getting away with it, I guess. So what am I talking about? Good knee to the body there from Piccininni. Minute and a half left in the third. I think it's less likely Ray Rice avoids jail if that happened today, though. 120 left in this fight. Man, and these odds have got to be... Piccininni is back as a favorite. Minus 154. So I mentioned you could have gotten both of these guys at plus 400 at one time or another. I mean, if you were able to just bet both of those, who cares who wins? You win $200 either way. Oh, big knee to the body there from Piccininni. And a straight left from him. You see, so what do you like more? Gurul's landed almost twice as many strikes. Good left uppercut there. Piccininni's got like 8 takedowns. And Gurule stops that one easily. Oh, good right hand from Gurule. And it also matters, it's like, when did you get it? You know, did you do it all in one round? Oh, good 3-punch combination from Gurule. Both these guys, I think, know this is a close fight. Piccininni trying as hard as he can for that takedown. Gurule hopping around on one foot. Gurule wants to strike to the bell. Oh, beautiful combination there from Piccininni. Right hand and a left hook, and Gurule punching to the bell, both guys. And Dana, once again, giving a standing ovation to these guys. Not as many finishes tonight, but some very good fights. Shot of his girlfriend in an elevator on camera. How the hell is this man not serving time? Yeah, that's a good question. This is ridiculous. That's pretty ridiculous, Wyatt. I think she was scared to testify. I know that was the case with old, what's-his-face that ended up in the UFC for a while and then got knocked out. He got knocked out several times in the UFC, and then he got knocked out when he went to bare knuckle. Like, he got a lot of karma brain damage after leaving the NFL, though. What the hell? Who the hell am I thinking of here? He was just in the UFC not that long ago. Called himself like the Prince of Darkness or something like that. Ray the Innocent War Machine Rice.
The decision, but wanted him to come back and do it all over.
Greg Hardy. Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of his name sometimes. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Judge Bell scores about 29-28, Piccininni.
There we go, split decision.
About 29-28, Gurule. And Judge Camacho scores about 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Luis Gurule.
I had no issue whatever way you seen that fight. I would have given it to Gurule, though. So I do agree with the judges. I wouldn't have had too much of a problem at going the other way either, though. Close fight. Dana told one of them they were coming back to do it again.
Decision victory over Nick Piccininni.
Oh, next season, though. That's a long time to wait.
What a couple fights in a row we've had here.
Maybe they don't want to wait that long. Maybe they end up in Bellator or PFL or Combate Global or something else. Like, especially to wait out for one of those 10-10 contracts, 12-12 contracts of what guys are starting now. It's like you could lose a lot of guys to other organizations. You know, maybe they'll end up with a late notice fight, though. Late, you know, somebody can't make it last moment, and then, you know, a Nick Piccininni gets a call. Because I don't know, but I have a feeling Dana might give Gurule a contract here, especially because of his style.
7 days notice.
Well, 7 days notice too.
And you
Damn.
went out there and went to
Not sure who it was.
That just goes to show the team I have.
He said that to a lot of guys in Dana White Contender Series, though.
And I said, no matter what, I'm going to make the weight and I'm going to win that fight. I owe it to the team and I owe it too much to myself and my family. Everything that I've sacrificed, there's no way I wasn't going home without W.
Round 1, Piccininni came out super
All right,
hot.
guys, it all comes down to this.
And it seemed like you really had a power differential on the feet.
Last fight of the season.
Anybody on the feet at that division. We knew he was going to come in hot and go for that takedown.
Nick Klein, Heraldo, Souza.
And I said, look, I'll stop the wrestling enough to make it a dogfight, and I did it.
Were you confident that you would get the judges' nod when they were reading the scorecards?
I knew it was going to be close, but I thought I did way more damage than him.
Over-under for this one is a round and a half.
Hurting him, so I knew I could get it off damage.
You just had a tremendous fight. It was a amazing fight. I know Dana was clapping. He was impressed. What is your message to Dana?
My message to Dana is, look what I did on 7 days' notice. Out of shape, just finished fighting 2 weeks before.
Good message.
No camp. All we did was, I was already going to be out here in Vegas for Royval's, cornering him.
Very good message.
Short-term notice. Imagine if I had a real camp. It was like, I'm going to destroy everybody in that division.
It's a scary proposition.
Sign this guy. Sign him.
Send it back to you.
Not just for his performance, but for a perfect answer to that question. He did what he was supposed to do in the cage. He did what he was supposed. He said what he should have said on the mic. He wasn't over the top, but he got the message out. Let me in here. I'm gonna fuck some guys up. Brandon Moreno in the crowd, former lightweight champion. He'll be taking on Amir Albazi November 2nd. And there is Nick Klein warming up in the back, 5-1, 4 finishes, 2 by submission, 2 by knockout. And let's do a what have you done for me lately and check out these two peeps, the last 2 fighters in the season finale of Dana White Contender Series. So you see the odds, Souza minus 155, Klein plus 130, the over-under just a round and a half. And let's see why that is. Let's start out with Mr. Nick Klein, the Amish Hammer. We said 5-1, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. I can't imagine there's been a lot of Amish fighters in the history of MMA, much less the UFC. But here we go. I fought a Midwest Cage Championship at the Thanksgiving Throwdown. 57-second rear naked choke. Hey, that takes some discipline to not eat, to wait for your Thanksgiving dinner and to throw down on Thanksgiving. His one loss, he got TKO'd, 154 third round from Dorjan Decage. He did have a fight in LFA, couple in Pure FC Championship. Oh, long amateur career, though. Look at this. 7-1 as an amateur. A lot of first round finishes. And his last professional fight, as mentioned, was a first round submission. He's won both of his last 2 fights by submission. Let's take a look at his opponent here. Heraldo Souza. 9-1, 8 finishes, 5 of them coming by submission. 3 knockouts, been knocked out once, 1-0 when it goes to the scorecards. That knockout was in 2020 in Shudo, Brazil. That knockout lost minute 45 of the first round. He's finished his last 3 opponents, 2 knockouts and a submission. No amateur career for him, but more professional fights. So it's like, what do you like? Let's go back to these odds a little bit. Let's look at some winning methods. Nick Klein by knockout plus 600. Heraldo Souza by knockout plus 275. By submission plus 350. And as we mentioned, the over-under 1.5 rounds. So that's why the decision still pretty deep odds for either fighter to win by decision. Plus 300 for Souza, plus 450 for Nick Klein. Oh, Dominique Cruz already hitting on the help.
No, but Julieta Martinez in particular, I might put her a little.
Did you see that? He's over there hitting on Martinez. She's of age. Dominique Cruz says, I'm going in. He's hitting on your girl, Wyatt. She's only 20, Dominique. I know she's legal, but you're like 40. It's a bit creepy. All right, let's get this poll up here. This should definitely be a banger, I think, for this last fight of the evening. All right, 7 up in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like and share button if you have not. You guys know I'm always talking about the odds. What are the odds for this fight? What's the over-under? What's the method of victories? All kinds of ways to win money on MMA. But if you go to DraftKings, click my link right now. Deposit just $5. Make a $5 bet. Win or lose. DraftKings is going to give you $200 and they're going to give me $200. Now, I just found something out today. There are other creators that are taking they're taking $300 or $350 for themselves. They're only giving people that use their link $50 to $100. I didn't realize that was an option, and they're not telling them. They're just saying, hey, you can get $50. Hey, you can get $100. No, here, I'm splitting it with you. You get $200. Fights with Friends gets $200. And don't forget about old Robin Hood. Guys, let's be serious. 401, Social Security might not be around for some of us. And even if it is, it's not enough. My parents are on it right now. I can tell you personally, it's not enough. It's tough. You got to have something else, whether it's a 401k, an IRA. You just pick an individual stocks, however you invest. The Dow Jones is up 14% in just the last 6 months. It's been a hot market. Go to Robinhood. They're going to give you a free stock to start out with, valued between $5 and $200. Yeah, you're probably going to get one of them closer to $5, but you never know. And then you can buy stocks from every major exchange. You can buy the major crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, Dogecoin, and many, many more. Click my link to get a free stock there. And every time one of you guys do that and get a free stock, I also get a free stock. What they give for Social Security. Oh, man. I really almost don't even want to say, Jim. But my mom didn't work outside of the home after 17, so she gets nothing. My dad gets $1,300 a month for both of them. So luckily they own their place, and my dad had, another pretty good 401k and some things through work, but it's still really, really tight. It depends on what you paid in. Some people get a lot more than others. All right, don't forget to vote. Top of the chat, guys. Just one vote in so far. Souza or Klein, who do you got? No, it's not all the same. Is it all the same in Canada? Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think some people get like 3,000 or more. But yeah, it also depends on when you retire. Like my dad, his body was just beat to hell. Yes, plus what's CPP? You saying I should move to Canada to retire? I'm thinking I probably should. No. Is that the Canadian petroleum thing? Don't you guys get like a piece of the oil? All right, Nick Klein, back-to-back wins. He's finished 4 of his 5 wins. 2 by knockout, 2 by submission, 3 first-round finishes. All right, guys, make sure and vote. Just 1 vote still. Canadian pension plan, which depends on how long you worked. Only pension plans here are from corporations, from the companies you worked for, and most of them don't offer them anymore, unfortunately. Souza and Klein, both 29 years old. Klein 2 inches taller at 6'1". He'll have a 4-inch reach advantage at 77 inches. Guys, you only got 1 vote in here. Please jump on the top of the chat and make sure you vote. All right, here we go. Plus you get your old age pension. Yeah, my dad also retired at 62 and a half, which is the earliest you can, so he gets the minimum. But his body was beat to hell. He had several surgeries. And Klein jumping on Souza early here. He's got the back. And let's look at these live odds. This is as a live odd better. Sometimes this is what you're looking. Oh, there's the tap! Klein, just like that. Wow, and you guys got it with just 1 vote on the poll. I did not expect that. Nick Klein making Dana White's decision very easy. Took this fight on 8 days' notice.
This shit, you got dreams, go take that shit. This world is yours.
And Nick Klein getting it done in the cage and on the mic afterwards.
Showed off laying concrete for as many years.
And if it below the poverty line, you get what's JIS? I spent most of my life pretty business-minded, pretty capitalistic-minded, Jim. And like the older I get, I don't want to say like I'm socialist, because that's kind of a dirty word in the States, and I don't want someone to burn my house down. But I start to get a little more compassionate view, I guess, of some things, especially, like I said, watching my parents struggle on just $1,300 a month. Like, that's definitely below the poverty line.
For the final time this season.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 37 seconds into round number 1, referee Herb Dean calls a stop to the fight for the winner by submission via rear naked choke, Nick.
Wow. I would not have bet Nick Klein by submission. 37 seconds of the very first round. All right, guys, this is the finale. Don't go anywhere. We're going to find out the very last contracts of this season of Contender Series. Just to throw something out there, those have been watching my replays over on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna have to be very choosy by what leagues I put up for finishes, because I just got a DCA and they're threatening to cancel my Twitter account. So I got to be careful. I mean, it said I had to answer some stupid questions of like a training, and they said further violations could cancel my account. All right, Dana White. It says Dana White will decide who wins the contract. Dana White will decide who earned the contract. Are you kidding me, guys? They didn't win nothing. They're getting 10 and 10 out of this, and they're fighting their asses off. This is government income supplement. Well, I'd say you guys got a few things right.
You came out here and you snatched your dreams.
I don't even know what to say, man. This is so much larger than life. I want to thank my teammates, man. I got
Nick Klein moving to 6-1, 3 wins by submission.
Who's going to be in the UFC, man? He dropped one early this season, but he's going to be back. And if he's not back on Contenders, he's going to get a finish on the regional scene, and they're going to call him up. And finally, Dylan Diebitz, man, who's a hoss of a middleweight that nobody.
Yeah, they got to give him a contract, though. Are you kidding me? 37 seconds, and he's electric on the mic. He's got the look. He's got the talk.
So hot, immediately took the back, and that squeeze. I mean, you didn't even have your hooks in. How much belief do you have in that squeeze?
I pour concrete 5 days a week, man. I'm a tradesman. Hey, shout out to the guys.
You end up with a couple grand. They're not bad. Oh, he's a he pours concrete for them. Yeah, he's got a grip. Those construction guys. I imagine if you're in the States, even in Canada, most of you guys have probably worked construction at least for a little while at one time in your life. I know I did some roofing and some demolition and some other stuff. A lot of fun. But hard work, and those are some tough guys. Plus my union pension added on to that gives you a good monthly check. Well, that's good, Jim. I mean, I'm a full believer in capitalism, but I also think if you work your entire life, your entire career, 40 hours a week or more, like my dad did, like you should not be struggling. You know, I don't expect everybody. You know, I don't expect that you should be rich. Maybe you shouldn't get $100 grand a year, but it's like you paid into that too. Here you pay into it. I just imagine how much my dad paid into Social Security in his life. Probably won't get back 20% of that. I mean, he was working literally since he was 8 years old. Back then, they still have it there in Walla Walla. You were supposed to be 12 years old to pick strawberries at Clickers. That's one of the biggest things there. Clicker Farms and Walla Walla, not just known for their onions, known for their strawberry and wheat, some other produce. And yeah, he worked there, lied and said he was 12, started when he was 8. That's when he started paying into Social Security. Worked till he was 62 and a half. And now he gets basically a spit in the eye every month. All right, Micallef by props that paid Micallef by submission plus 450. Gurule by decision plus 275. Klein by submission was plus 500. Good luck guessing those, though. I mean, that's all it is. When you're guessing, not only is a guy going to win at this level, or how are they going to win?
Monteiro and Yadier.
That is not easy. Part of my life is I spent as a lumberjack, the other part in cement on concrete side. Oh, so you know, you worked, you're a strong guy, I'm sure, Jim. Yeah, that is tough frickin' work. I didn't realize Jim was our Paul Bunyan. Jim out there throwing with a tree in each arm, running through the forest, as I was. I know. That's why I really work on my stretching now, Jim, because I know my dad used to be, oh, man, he was really ripped. Huge arms, biceps, if we were to arm wrestle, like, he would slam me like that. Now he's 65, I think, 65, 66. And he looks skinny to how he was, 10, 15 years ago.
This season, what'd you see tonight?
Yeah, you couldn't script it better than tonight. You really couldn't. All right,
here's our contracts.
Jonathon. So I did Looking for a Fight up in Canada, and Mohamed was very hyped up in Canada. Everybody was talking about him. This guy's going to be the future. You're 7-1. You're 25 years old. You made it look easy. And let me tell you what, I love people who are who know what they want. They go after it. I love your story about your baby and how you handled that. I did the same exact thing. How old are you? Yeah, I was older than you, but I did the same. I did the same exact thing. When you want something bad enough, you figure it out.
What's up, Gary? Jim would give Hacksaw Jim Duggan a run for his money.
Jonathon Micallef, welcome to the UFC.
All right, there is our first contract.
Julieta. So let me say this. I cannot express to you enough how much we like you.
Boss for Bravo Cement was the original Dino Bravo, the wrestler. Oh, seriously? I think you mentioned that before. That's awesome.
20 years old. You just turned 20 years old.
Wow. Yeah, this chick's definitely getting a contract.
The division. You came in here tonight. You showed that you were incredibly
She's going to grow into her body. She's 20.
I love that Dominic Cruz is in your corner. We're going to keep you at the PI in Mexico and let you keep fighting some fights down there. But we love you. We want you. We want you in the UFC. We just think we would be doing you a horrible disservice if we signed you right now at just turning 20 years old and moved you into this division in the UFC. We want you.
I like that.
You. We're going to keep you with the PI.
I like that move with Dana White. I hope she really does come back, though.
When we think you're ready for the UFC. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Here's the thing, though. Can she afford to stay in Mexico and
making the right decision on this one? I know I am.
And continue to afford to fight? Hopefully they're paying her down there.
As soon as the fight started, I don't know.
Dino Bravo was involved in the mob.
I liked you from the minute the fight started. Then as the fight went on and we got into the second round, you fought a guy tonight. You're 7-0. You have 7 fights. You fought a guy tonight with 22 fights with a chin of steel. When you cut him,
oh yeah, this was an upset in my
metal
opinion.
Was going to come out of his face or something like this guy is a fucking.
And he
Terminator.
dominated.
He's never been knocked out. You hit this guy with you landed 135 significant strikes.
Damn.
And a total of 168. He landed 42 with a total of 54. One of the most dominant performances I've ever seen. I'm imagining after that second round, when you threw the kitchen sink at this guy, you had to feel as close to death as you possibly could. Like you had nothing left in the tank. You dug deep. You fought like a savage. I love how you stepped on the gas and just kept it going. You are fun to watch. I cannot wait to watch you fight in the UFC.
Yadier DelValle, welcome to the UFC.
Yadier DelValle is in.
Okay. All right. Now, you back that one up with Luis. What an incredible fight. And let me start here.
So that's three contracts.
I felt like he didn't win the fight in the first show. He came back.
Dino Bravo bought his name from the original.
This time, man. But unfortunately, he ran into you. All right? And for those of you out there right now that are watching or that are here that don't know, Luis came here last week to corner Royval.
Luis Gurule was a savage.
And the fight fell out.
Absolute savage. So was Nick Piccininni. Piccininni, that was one of the best fights this year for Dana White Contender Series. Dropping trees and pushing contract ain't for limp wristers. Testosterone is mandatory.
Things are meant to happen for a reason.
Yes, sir.
My brother, you were meant to be in the UFC. Congratulations. Get over here.
Luis Gurule, welcome to the UFC.
I agree. Luis Gurule belongs in the UFC. That guy's a fucking savage.
You are
I hope we see Nick Piccininni in there too, because he had a hell of a fight.
You're a 2-1 underdog. 50-1. The odds were 50-1 for you to win in the first round. You're a purple belt, and you choked out a black belt in under a minute. This is a no-brainer. Get your ass over here and welcome to the UFC.
A purple belt. Well, I bet he gets his brown belt for that. He needs to go from purple and get his brown belt for that choke out.
About the war room scenes that we see recently, and all I see is Contender Series blue over and over again on those boards. When you look at the crop of talent from this season, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the past and what the show has accomplished as far as world champions and you know, top 10 ranked fighters, and
there's going to be a lot of good fighters come out of this year.
It's a testament to how good this show really is. And when you have people that, like myself, you,
Robert's still in here. I think Robert might have passed out.
Saturday, and we get so excited for Tuesday and all the fights that happen, and then to be standing here talking about these kids like this. This is, I say it all the time, this is the best show on television, and it's definitely the best show on Tuesday nights.
It's special. Thank you so
much.
much.
I think it's the hottest. It's the hottest show in sports, anyways. For TV series shows, it is definitely the hottest show in sports.
The enthusiasm that Dana White has for this show, has for these fighters, and I love the way he put it.
All right, guys. Like I said, I will be gone for 2 weeks. Well, 2 Saturdays. So let's take some call-ins. If anybody wants to call in, talk about any of the fights coming forward, talk about the season Dana White Contender Series, whatever you want to talk about. Just want to call in, say hi real quick. 425-791-8730. Thank you for the donations. We'll be, 2 weeks without donations on here, so I definitely appreciate those. Frankie Chorizo, J. Dick, Jim. Rob would never go to sleep unless beer was gone. Maybe his phone or tablet died or something. Who knows? I know he's been battling some stuff. Some health stuff and some family stuff and just pretty tough time. Yeah, throw some prayers out there for Robert or, whatever you believe in. Say, thoughts, prayers, whatever, for him. Same thing for PBR Street Gang. If you guys could throw some thoughts and prayers out for him. He called me earlier before today. I hope I don't think he would mind me saying this. He was in so much pain he could barely talk to me. He says he thinks he got some kidney stone things or something going on. But he wanted to say hi to everybody and just called me to let me know he wasn't going to be here. So I hope he's feeling better. What helps you a lot is you never do hard drugs or drink. Oh, for sure. They're killers on your body. No, absolutely. My dad was never a drinker. Oh, he still looks like he's still in good shape. It just, I shouldn't expect him to look like he did when he was 40. It's just, you grow up, your dad grows up looking, looking like you think he looks like Popeye. And, he's ages. We all age. It's a little different when I see him. I was seeing those huge, like, lumberjack arms, and now they're kind of skinny. But I know he's in good shape. I know my parents eat well.
The UFC's latest addition to the flyweight division. What a moment.
Bienvenido al UFC. Uno más de los Moscas. ¿Qué momento?
Bueno, realmente es un sueño hecho realidad. Me tomó prácticamente 9-10 años esta oportunidad para convertirla.
All right, guys, don't forget to make your fantasy football changes if you're in fantasy football. Over on Verdict, don't forget to make your picks. Jim, apparently we're in a new season, 2 weeks in. I didn't know it. Other guys are passing us. Let's catch up with them. As always, I love you. I respect you. and I'll see your fine asses in a couple weeks.